Hello guys, so as you can see, I completed the dress. And the only way that this dress got completed is because of the encouragements that I had from you guys. I'm not gonna lie. When I started doing the bias piece and the thread started puckering, I was ready to permanently throw in a towel and say, forget it, I'm done, it's not gonna work. And I was finna give up. But to read the comments and y'all was like, oh, just keep going, you'll figure it out, you'll get it done, don't worry, just keep going. So I was able to keep going to create it. Now I be lacing up everything myself and doing everything myself. If I would have somebody else to lace me, I will put it up on my shoulders higher, and I will make this, in the back, I will make it tighter. But you see how I got the split, it's kind of hid. But then when you want to have that leg out, you have it. I put a zipper in the back, and I got it where it's not too long. It is not too long, so meaning that if I wear this to some event, I won't have to worry about nobody stepping on it, because it is not too long where you will step on it. So I really want to say that me putting my videos on YouTube is like building a portfolio, because your phones, they have so much data. You wind up, that phone don't work, you wind up losing the pictures. But to have videos, and what I like about YouTube, you can post a video 20 years and YouTube would leave it there, unlike TikTok. I don't know if y'all noticed with TikTok, after so many videos, you could take something that's real important to you and put it on TikTok, and you can go back years and look for it. They automatically, after so many videos, they delete it out of the archives, and I don't think that that's fair. I feel like if you want the video gone, then they should say, hey, you got so many videos, you need to go in there and pick your least favorite, because we got to get rid of storage. I don't know why they do that, but they do. But to have your portfolio where you can go back and say, oh, this is where I was, and it's just a map for yourself. So if you decide to be an artist, don't compare your work to nobody work. God make everybody unique. There's only one Versace, and he's gone, So, but his brand lives on. So don't try to compete with, oh, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. Build your brand, and you believe in yourself. Don't go and try to, because I don't like when people compare themselves, because then you always probably feel like you're not enough. Like your parents, but, oh, mom or dad, I want to be just like you. And your mom or dad say, don't be like me, be better than me. Your parents will tell you, I don't want you to be like me. They will correct that right away. Don't be like your mama, be like you, be better than me. So be like yourself, but don't put the pressure on yourself where you feel like you have to live up into someone else's shoes. So to do these videos and put it on there and get the positive feedback is amazing. And believe it or not, you're going to get negative feedback. You're going to get negative feedback too. But this is my journey on my special occasion gowns. Let me put the phone over here in my little corner where I like to be. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I like to be over here in this corner. Yeah, that light be hurting my eyes. But be yourself. Be yourself. Be unique. Be you. Don't compete and don't compare your work like, oh, this, that, and that. And then you'll get some people online. They might criticize your work or whatever. Don't take it to heart. They're not your teacher. You learn from your mistakes and do better. So what have I learned from making this dress? I learned that when I buy special occasion fabric and I've never worked with it before, I need to do a test stitch before I actually start sewing my fabric, because if this fabric started to puckle, I would know I don't have the right needle, and I will find the right needle to make it not have an accident, because I had cut this fabric and did all my pieces for up top and I didn't have any more fabric. So it was like, oh my gosh, I was almost got to pull the plug and abandon everything. But I was like, you know what, maybe I can do the ruffle, or maybe I can do this. And then I decided to put the crystals and stuff like that on it. So test your fabric so you will know what needle it takes to make that fabric. Buy an abundance of needles So don't just buy the 3-pack, because needles sometimes can pop and break. Buy an abundance of needles. So I would encourage you, go eBay, go Amazon, go, because you could get a lot of your needles wholesale when you go in Joann's, Michael's, them little stores like that, Hobby Lobby. You're getting 3 needles for $8, $9. When you can go and get a bundle of needles, you know, a universal needle, where you can get an abundance of a 12-pack for less than that. So I learned to shop wholesale, not retail. So I go and I search for the best value. All of my boning and all that, I don't get that from the local fabric store, because that stuff is higher. Now my fabric is affordable at the fabric store, but when I go to get, you know, things like the boning, the interfacing, you will come out better going on Amazon and put in your fleece interfacing. So that's what I have up in here, because it gives it more structure to your corset or whatever. So get your fleece interfacing. You can get it on a boat. You can get the boat of it. So when you're using it, you can have it in volume. And I think I paid like $20 for 30 yards. But if you're going in a fabric store, they probably charge you $4 a yard for that interface. And that, you know what I mean? You're not going to get your money's worth. So I would encourage you, go on to Amazon, get your boning, sew on boning, get your interfacing, get your fleece, get your needles in volume. Put what machine you got. So if you got a Brother, you got a Juki, whatever machine you got, put that name of the machine, Universal Needles, and get it done that way, so you can have a volume of needles. Because like I say, when I had the wrong needle, I didn't even have the needle that I needed to sew this type of fabric. Why? Because I never was sewing this type of fabric. I was only sewing spandex fabric and stuff that I was comfortable with doing. I never crossed over. So now, if y'all followed me, what is the last 2 years, I done started moving into formal wear. But in order for me to be good at something, you got to do it. You have to do it. You got to practice. So that's why when people are like, are you making these dresses right now for people? No, not at this time. I feel like, I don't know. I don't like to just start doing something and you do something one time and then people say, oh, I'm the master. Oh, now I'm finna go do this. And I'm finna do that. And then they do it right away and go to branding to make money when they don't even got all the steps and the trouble. So you see, I made a huge mistake with this fabric. Just imagine this would have been a paid customer. And a lot of times we go buy this fabric. There's no more fabric available. So what if this has been a paid customer dress? And I done started out, got this fabric and convinced that I can do it and got the wrong needle and messed it up. And what if she didn't want this? Like, what if she be like, no, I don't want all them crystals on there. I want it like, you know what I mean? And what would I would have done then? And then you go back to the fabric store to get this fabric again and they sold out. See that? So to learn, I'm learning the amount of fabric I need to get. So I would say when you decide that you're going to make dresses or whatever, make your pattern first before you go to any fabric store. Make your pattern first. Count out your pieces. So you be like your however many pieces to make your bias piece. And then when you're going to make the skirt, and if you decide, now remember this, I haven't put a lining in this. I haven't put a lining probably in none of these dresses I've been doing, because a lot of these is like my sample dresses. So I have been cutting corners, saving money. I haven't been putting linings in them. So if you're going to do this dress and you want to put a lining in it, so if you wind up getting 5 yards, you got to get 10 yards, because you're going to need enough also for your lining. If you're going to do the same fabric with the lining, if you're going to do different, you got to do 5 of that yard, then 5 of your lining yard. Me personally, lining fabric makes me sweat, so I don't do the lining fabric. I will match up. If I do this, I do this with the lining. It's something with that lining. Even in my jackets, I hate that feeling like you have on a leather jacket. It be cold as fuck, but you walking around in that lining, because it's that silky, it makes you sweat. I personally don't put it in my jackets or anything. I would substitute for a rayon versus silk. I do not use that. So, but you do what you like. You do what's best for you. Me personally, I don't like that sweatiness, so I don't do those silk linings at all. No. I match the fabric. So if I would do this fabric, I match this fabric and put it in the inside of the dress. If the dress wind up being a silkiness, then I switch it. So like some of the wedding dress have that silkiness to it. I will still I don't do that lining. I switch it and I do another type of ivory rayon versus the silk. So just keep that in mind. So the first thing, know what you're gonna make. Know what you're gonna make before you start going to buy your stuff. Cut your pattern out. Do your pattern piece, have that prepared. So now you have it laid out. Now when you get ready to go to the fabric store, when you look at the pieces you got, and you be like, okay, it's a big old skirt, or it's a big old this, it's a big old that, then you'll know, okay, I'm gonna need about 5 yards, I'm gonna need about 6 yards, and always more is better. Don't get less because you make a mistake. You know what I mean? Especially remember when we doing these dresses and we got to put the darts. And remember I was cutting that curtain dress and I messed up because I wound up cutting it, my size, and I gave the zip allowance and stuff like that. But when it came to the ease and the buttocks, and I'm talking about a mermaid dress that's not flared like this, that's made to fit the body. And remember when I got ready to try to zip that dress, I couldn't fit it because I gave me just the seam allowance. So when you're doing those mermaid dresses and those special occasion fitted gown, give yourself that zipper room. I would say, to be precise, do it 3 inches on each side where it's 3 inches too big. Therefore, because you got to do a fold that fabric so that the raw edges, those jagged edges, don't get caught up in the zipper. So give yourself that. You rather to have more than less. And 3 inches is not that big, but you're doing it on each side. So give yourself that room for the zipper, because y'all seen when I did that dress, I can't fit it. I had to add some stuff. And then when I added it, it still didn't look right. I still couldn't fit it. It's still, when I go to sit, because our buttocks get wider, I still couldn't fit that curtain dress to save my life. So I know what I did wrong. I didn't give myself enough zipper allowance. So now I'll do 3. So keep all of that in mind. Your zippers, find good zippers. So I do wholesale off of Amazon. I put in invisible zippers, and I will probably get like 10 zippers or maybe 20 for $12. And they're really good zippers. So I've been doing a lot of like that. I've been putting the zippers in like that. My eyelet machine I got from Amazon. So, and it came with all the eyelets. So I hope that these tips help you. You're going to make mistakes, but just troubleshoot. When you make the mistake, like, what can I do to make this better? And keep trying to go. And then sometimes you'll get, like I say, the curtain dress, I can't fit it. No matter what, I still cut it too short in the zipper. I added panels, and still, no matter what I did, I couldn't, I can keep adding panels, but I'll say, you know what? I'm done. I give up on that one because that was just a sample and it was curtains that I cut. Now I know what I did wrong. I'm going to be able to correct that and go from there. So I hope that these videos encourages you guys to keep going. Don't give up. I was about to give up, but I'm like, you know what? I started reading the comments and they was like, oh, you'll figure it out. Don't worry. Everything's okay. You'll get it. And I kept going into, I got it. And like I said, I laced this up myself. If I would have help, I would pull this dress up higher, rest my boobs in better, and give me a better, tighter fit than what I got. So it's like, to me, I feel like it's hanging on my shoulders. So when you want that full coverage, you can get it with these corset backs, and you can get it. So y'all know I'm getting ready to get prepared for surgery. I'm having surgery Friday morning at 5 in the morning. So I'm having surgery on my tonsils. I'm going to let y'all know how that went. So I'm not for sure how I will be feeling, but I got that burgundy fabric, and I'm waiting on some more fabric to come in, because it's all about the special occasion and ballroom gowns. So yes, I have been doing a lot with the sweetheart, with the different ways, the boning. I have been doing a lot of that because when you think about it, a lot of wedding dresses is made with similar like this. So I'm trying to 100% perfect it. Do I feel that the dresses that I made, do I feel that they are 100% perfected? No. I still feel like I can do it better. I still feel like I can do it better. So that's why I'm challenging myself to do better. Also, going to Amazon and put in special occasion fabric by yard, put in 6 yards. Sometimes they got 10 yards. And I get fabric off of there as well. When it was COVID and I couldn't get to the fabric store and how they had it set up, I was ordering a lot of fabric offline. So find a designer on YouTube that teaches you in a way that you understand. If you get a designer and they doing all these measurements and making everything complicated, don't go with that designer because you're going to be lost. Go with somebody that break it down and do understandable. Am I doing videos that I feel like I can teach y'all something right now? No, because I feel like I'm still learning. So if I'm not 100% confident at what I'm doing, how I'm going to get up here and teach y'all? I'm going to have y'all confused. So I show my journey and what I'm doing, and also not ashamed to say, hey, I'm learning. I specialize in spandex and club wear. I never did special occasion and formal wear and dress wear and wedding dress. I never did none of this. So we're 2 years, well, we'll say a year, because I've been learning. So, but we're in that. I remember my sister, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I remember my sister was like, she said, sister, one of my friends is getting married and she want a custom dress. She wants you to make her dress. I was like a deer in the headlights, and this probably was maybe years ago. And I was like, oh my God, I don't make wedding dresses. I don't make special cake. I can't do it. And I was terrified like doing public speaking, terrified like the police behind you and you legit. I don't know why, but I guess because there's so much going on in the world. When the police get behind me, I have nothing to be fearful, but shit, I be fearful when they behind me. Like, oh God, what are they up to? What they finna do? You know, it scares me. It does. So, but I was very afraid of that. So now I'm learning. I'm facing my fears and I'm challenging myself, and I'm getting the education behind it. And I will be, at least when I come and I'm ready to do it for you guys, at least far as not just the fact I was sewing. Anybody can be sewing, but have you ever get somebody say, oh, I cook, I make real good food. They, oh, okay, man. But have you ever made a pot roast? Now, I ain't never made a pot roast, but everything else I make is good. I make good fried chicken. No, you've never made a pot roast. So I'm not going to come to you and get a recipe and you've never made it. So that's why I am learning and getting all this stuff and learning it. So therefore, when it comes down to it, every wedding dress that they make, I'm already going to have my hands on it. And I'm going to be like, okay, yes. And somebody said, have you ever did a ballroom wedding dress? Yes. Have you ever did an A-line wedding dress? Yes. Have you ever did, the skinny scraps wedding dress? Yes. Have you ever did a mermaid wedding dress? Yes. So I'm gonna be talking from pure experience, not guessing, just saying, oh, I can sew, I can do it. No, just because you can sew, a lot of shit you can't do. A lot of these fabrics and materials is way different to what we've been doing. So I learned you can't fool yourself and think just because you're not a sew, you could do everything, because every project is different. But when you're dealing with spandex is a little easier for me. Some people say spandex is hard. When you're dealing with formal wear that it has no ability to scratch, and I know I can't say that with my speech impairment, so forgive me on that, but you got to use the breast darts. You got to use the princess seams. You got to put the darts in the skirt. You got to put the darts in the buttocks. You got to do all that, because that fabric is not going to curve to your body like how spandex will. So sorry for rambling on. I want you guys to have an awesome day. And let me make sure I'm recording, because this damn thing in a way. Okay, yeah. All right, that damn thing was in the way. I was trying to make sure I was recording, because one time I was talking and that thing coming away and you don't see the numbers and you think you're recording, you ain't doing shit. So okay guys, so with that being said, I want you guys to have a awesome day. And have y'all been watching the Mayor from Dalton, where Lori Lightfoot then showed up and everything? And it's like, my thing is this, for the lawyers, okay, they paid to sit there, they're there for the super mayor, and they're there supposed to be for the trustees and everything. And they just let this lady do all of this unethical, disrespectful, hood shit where even if they don't want to talk to her on the record in front of everybody, as a lawyer, you'd be like, listen, let me advise you this. How you go back and forth with the trustees and you make it personal. And, you turning this into like a reality show. Like you giving the media something to look at. There's a way to talk to people. There's a way to do everything. So as a professional and as your lawyer, I'm asking you to talk professional. Like she talked hood like me. Like, in a meeting, she talked. I have a speech impediment. I could tell that she has one because there's a lot of words she can't pronounce. But y'all been hoodwinked. Y'all been bamboozled. Fake news, lies. Like, just the stuff that she do. So you would think that the lawyer will say something. Even when a trustee speak to the lawyer, he's there like a fucking statue. He's getting paid all this money to sit there and not do shit. In a court of law, there's rules. That's why the judge and the lawyers, they know that shit. But for him to sit there and not say anything is beyond me. So I guess I got to say the word allegedly in a lot of these videos. When you be talking about other people's shit, you don't supposed to. But I just was shocked that he sits there like a statue. They could have put a dummy in a seat because a lawyer never has shit to say. He never has shit to say. And I think that if he will talk to her off the record, or maybe she's just the out of control pit bull that you cannot control. And probably that's what it is. Maybe they didn't try to talk to her and they feel like, hey, I can't control her shit. She can do whatever the fuck she want to do. I'm getting paid and she going to go to fucking jail by herself. So I really don't give a fuck. If she want to dig a hole and bury herself in it, I'm going to shut the fuck up because me sitting here like a statue, I'm getting paid whether I say shit or not. I'm in this meeting, but shit, that motherfucker like, I ain't really here. Shit, they here. I'm not present. I'm just a statue sitting in this seat. So it is heated up out there. And I hope that Dalton and Thornton Township get the justice that they need, because it's not fair for the citizens and the taxpayers to be taken advantage of, and they can't even ask questions where the money is going. Questions are never getting answered, allegedly, with all this stuff that's going on. So if you guys haven't checked that out, check it out. I was in shock on how these things is going. But with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. And I appreciate you guys giving me the encouragements to keep going, because I'm telling you, I was gonna pull the plug, ball this up, throw it over in the corner, and use it on that little bitty mannequin. Thank you guys for giving me the ability to keep going. So I know what I did wrong. I know what I got to do next time, and I know what I got to do to be better. So if you know better, you'll do better. I'm going to keep these videos coming. I appreciate y'all allowing me to showcase my talent behind the scenes and learn, and just y'all be here with me. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, guys, God bless. And I appreciate every one of y'all being here. I truly do. I appreciate the comments. Thanks so much.